Zul-Qarnain, thank you very much for this interview, first of all. You carried out a protest during one of the most watched sports events in the US. Where did the idea come to you and why did you do this?
I was selected to be a part of the halftime show uh, as a um, as a performer slash production assistant, helping put some of the equipment on the field, and then also like being an extra amplifying Kendrick's performance on the stage. And it was a 2 week rehearsal performance, and it was 8 hour days, some 6 hour days, some 5 hour days. And after like the third or fourth, because we were rehearsed for 2 weeks before the performance. And then the third rehearsal, I was like, I know I'm here for something bigger than just me jumping around with Kendrick Lamar. But then I got inspired once we started practicing with Kendrick to use this as a way to bring light somehow, somehow use this as a way to bring light to what's going on in the land of Gaza, the oppression of the people, the genocide of the people, the suppression of their rights, the taking away of their liberties. Because at first I was just going to get like free Gaza written under my eyes and try to get into a camera and have them see it. But then as we continued with practice and I saw all of the flag symbolism that Kendrick had in his performance, um, I decided to have the Palestinian and the Sudanese flag because these are both our Muslim brothers and sisters, my Muslim brothers and sisters who are suffering great atrocities and great oppression and great zulm on the biggest platform and display this flag, these flags in front of the president, the other influencers, millionaires, billionaires, and people all over the world when they wouldn't want that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would think, how could you get past all of these layers of security? Secret Service, FBI, CIA, snipers, all these people that are in attendance to protect and secure it. But if God wants something, if Allah wants something, all he says is be and it is.
As an American citizen, what do you think about the US policy about Gaza and what is your message to the Trump administration?
Well, as we know, Biden's administration gave the green light and supplied the money and the funding and the arms to destroy Gaza with bombs and destroy the infrastructure and north and south. And now it seems like the Trump administration is coming in to play cleanup man and try to take. Oh, I just heard him say he wants to take ownership of Gaza. He wants to displace and relocate the Gazan people. And when I say to that, is that's not a wise decision. So I pray that God changes his heart and his mind to have empathy and for these humans who are suffering, because I don't want the wrath of God to come upon America. Because I'm an American and I love America. And my ancestors that came from Africa built America hundreds of years ago. And as we see already in this early year, all of the different calamities that's happening on our land, from fires in California to plane crashes to terrorist attacks, to think people blowing up cars, shootings, all this type of stuff. There's a great fitna on this land, and I don't want that to increase. So I pray for the American people. I pray that God guides Donald Trump and that he takes the Palestinian and the Gazan into consideration.
So, as an American, you became a Muslim later on, and that story, interestingly, has a tie with Turkey. Can you tell us about yourself a little bit?
Well, I'm a born and raised in New Orleans. Yes, I wasn't born Muslim, but I was seeking guidance as a young man. I used to sell merchandise. I was getting merchandise and selling it in New Orleans. And later on in the journey of me buying goods, I found out the person I used to buy the stuff from was from Turkey. But I got a plane ticket and I came out there to try to basically find the manufacturer of the shoes and the clothes that I was buying. And then in that journey, I found Islam. I was walking through the Sultan Ahmed area. I walked in the building. Later on, I found it was Sultan Ahmed Jami, the Blue Mosque. But when I walked in the building, I think it was Ramadan, but I know the mosque was full and they were making a long, what I know is a dua. And then, but I just felt this overwhelming feeling like this is what you were looking for. So Allah answered all of my prayers in one trip. So I have a great love for Turkey and the Turkish people because they were so helpful, so generous, so loving, so kind, so compassionate. And they took a brother from New Orleans who didn't know nothing in and showed me around the country and helped change my life. You know what I mean?
And because of this protest, you are banned from watching future NFL games. I know that you are a big football fan. What do you think about this penalty?
Yeah, I'm a Saints fan. You know, I was connected with the Saints when they went to the Super Bowl in 2010. We'll probably get that ban lifted in about 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm not tripping too much. I was seeking the pleasure of Allah, and I was seeking the favor and the du'as of my Muslim brothers and sisters who are empathetic to the sufferings of those in Palestine and in Sudan and those who are being oppressed and victims of genocide in Sudan and Palestine. Their du'as, the du'as of the oppressor are priceless. Not worth any NFL ticket, not worth any Super Bowl ticket, not worth of any amount of gold, diamonds, or cash. Because inshallah, on the day of day of Yom Kiyama, on the day of judgment, those du'as will help me get into paradise.